Home Affairs Minister Hlengiwe Mkhize insists that the naturalisation of the Gupta family members was done within the ambit of the law. In an exclusive interview with the SABC, Mkhize says there is nothing suspicious about her predecessor Malusi Gigaba's decision to grant the Gupta family South African citizenship. She has also dismissed reports that she and the DG did not pitch for the recent portfolio committee.
Minister, have you been familiarized with the processes followed in granting the Gupta family naturalization in the country?
No, you know, when I go to the department, I was curious and interested in what will be my responsibilities, uniquely mine, because I've been with government for quite some time. I know that there are powers that are attributed to the minister. So it wasn't really specifically looking at the Guptas. I take a second look at the time when the issue arose. I asked for a submission, and I found that the minister had used the same act, Citizen Act and Citizenship Act, and when you look at the request, and really there was nothing to me which said if I was sitting on that day, I would have come to a different conclusion. Because already I have my own experiences where I've sent things back and said, no. Where officials, I felt, they will say no. And that has huge implications. And when you check the reason, it's something really non-significant. In any context, people will ignore it. So I checked with a few people outside the department.
But in your opinion, was everything above board?
Definitely. From the submissions and the privilege that is in the Act, there is nothing suspicious. Beyond that, I cannot say. But if it's going by the application, I suppose one might need somebody else to prove which other piece of legislation my predecessor should have used to say no. Remember, now we're talking about this in the context of emails of this, the storm, so to say. The minister worked on it based on what was on paper and looked at the legislation and came to the conclusion. But if other people have other information, it's important to present it to us, maybe to write and say, people have done that. On my arrival, there were letters, people, they wrote to me, sent it to the city press. Even in this instance, I'll be happy if somebody can write to me and say, look, your predecessor used this clause wrongly, and these are reasons who are saying that. Then we can engage. Yeah, we are open. The administration of giving permits is highly legalized. No person can blindly act outside the legislation.
So, but then we are all aware, that India does not allow dual citizenship. The Guptas should have rescinded their citizenship before being granted the South African citizenship. Are you also aware of that?
Well, as far as I know, when people apply, then it depends on how the country will respond. Then they have to weigh their options. They have to look at the laws in their country. If their country says no to dual citizenship, then they have to make a choice whether they take the citizenship of the country of residence where they are currently, or they stick to their own. So that's a choice which people must make.
But could there be more reasons why they were granted South African citizenship while they still held Indian citizenship?
Initially, when people apply, you offer them. Then the granting takes place when they accept. But other people can, It depends on their interest, really.
So just one final question. One of the Home Affairs Acts specifically says you must be a good citizen before you can be granted the citizenship, and we all know that they did not meet that criteria due to the Waterkloof saga. So why were they perhaps granted that citizenship despite this?
You see, I don't know. Maybe we need to look at a criteria clearly of in my understanding is that there must be nothing against your name which will warrant that you are not given citizenship. So I don't know whether the minister then even took into consideration the Waterkloof saga, because there he would have to check. Did they request? Were they given permission? Was it their fault, or it was a fault in South Africa? So I don't know whether that was taken into consideration.